Hey everybody, it's Scan here at GLHF and Cody is finally out in Street Fighter V. I have not anticipated a character in this game more than Cody to date. Alex was pretty close, but Cody was one of my main characters in Street Fighter 4, so I'm really happy to see him in this game. If I had to try to explain Cody to someone in one overall statement, it's that Cody seems complicated. He has a very wide array of tools, especially if you're taking both of his V triggers into account. But in reality, you can play him pretty basically and get very reliable damage out of it. You don't need to make full use of his toolkit in order to get very good damage out of him. His basic jump in bread and butter is going to do 300 damage off of a 4-hit combo. It's really interesting to see how he works. You can play him as a complex character. He has a shocking amount of target combos. He has 2 air-to-air target combos. Or 2 air target combos, one of which is air-to-air, for example. Overall, once you learn the relatively focused set of moves in his moveset that make up pretty much everything that you're going to do with him, you're going to be able to dish out reliable damage pretty much at all times. One of my favorite things about Cody is how good of an anti-air character he is. He has 3 very good anti-air tools in his heavy ruffian kick, his standing heavy punch, which to me might be the overall best anti-air button in the game, and of course his critical art, which means that if you're jumping anywhere near Cody and he activates his critical art, you are going to get pulled in for some pretty significant damage. Combos with him aren't that difficult. His V triggers are both useful. They're both very useful. I tend to use his V trigger 1, his knife, because I like the extensions that it gives. I like the ability to have an anti-air projectile with his down V trigger activation input, which once you have the knife, throws the knife into the air. I'm not really quite sure yet how to make optimal use out of V trigger 2. It is cool that you can extend V trigger 2 with crush counters. Hitting a crush counter refills his V gauge even while it's active. But so far, I really do prefer all of the new tools that V trigger 1 gives. It changes all of his punches, and it makes him a very dangerous character at deceptive range. Some of his moves have a lot of startup. I mean, a lot of startup. His overhead forward heavy punch has a lot of startup. His standing roundhouse, his standing heavy kick has a ton of startup. I keep eating crush counters on that like crazy. Especially the standing roundhouse is a really good poking tool. That move has immense range. Your main poking tool with him is going to be his standing medium punch. That's an excellent button that is special cancelable. And speaking of his specials, this Cody has a normal projectile, not a rock. Throwing the Cyclone looked really dumb to me when I saw the initial trailer, but now that I've actually played as him for a while and see how good that is at causing pressure, causing opponents to jump, which I can heavily punish. Even on a trade, for example, with a heavy ruffian kick in the air, I can still hit critical art afterwards. That's how massive the range of his critical art is. It will pull them in for some reliable damage. So having a projectile game that is not only reliable but an excellent corner pressure tool is really new to Cody, and I really enjoy it so far. And I just mentioned it, but Cody's corner pressure is absolutely freaking phenomenal. It's amongst the best in the game. Being able to pressure with the Cyclones, being able to fish for counter hits, it's really scary to have to deal with Cody once he has you cornered because he has so many options to deal with you. My 2 major problems with the character so far are, 1, I can find virtually no use for his Zonk Knuckles so far, period. It's not the reversal tool it used to be in Street Fighter 4 whatsoever. That's because his V trigger, I call it the helicopter kick. His helicopter kick is his reversal tool, so Instead, Zonk is just kind of an okie tool, and it's a long lunging punch, and if you catch a counter hit, you can link after it into his jab target combo, which, by the way, should not be underestimated, because being able to confirm into that is just short, reliable damage. But again, going back to his special moves, it's his Zonk Knuckle, and just the range of his ruffian kicks, man. If you're used to what those felt like in Street Fighter 4, it doesn't feel like he's going anywhere in Street Fighter 5, and that's been taking a lot of getting used to for me. I'm still happy with his moveset, and I'm still happy with the way that he plays, because he's fun. Overall, the number one most important thing to me is that I'm playing a character that I actually enjoy playing and feels fun to play, and Cody is absolutely fun to play so far. I am planning on making a full guide for him shortly, but I just wanted to put my first thoughts out there. Bottom line is, if you're thinking about giving him a try, and I think unfortunately the free trial for him ends today, this day being Friday the 29th, but overall, really fun to use, has some pretty basic but very effective combos, a deceptively broad tool set, and, in my opinion, some of the best anti-air options in the game, including his critical art. So I'm definitely going to be labbing this guy a lot, especially heading into EVO in just about a month. But that's my first rant on this character. Again, you can expect a guide in the coming days, but so far, really enjoying the character. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Scan at GLHF TV.